All right. We're obviously not live here at the headquarters of the Oklahoma City Phantoms. Let's ring the doorbell and see what happens. All right. Here we are entering the Phantoms headquarters. I don't know what that was. And over here, all right, I guess we're going down the hall to the Phantoms front office. All right, we got some stuff here. The Oklahoma City Phantoms are an original franchise, and we are now here at the front office. Let's take a little look around.
What's inside, you know everything comes and goes no matter where you hide. I won't let you take everything that I deserve. Timing is the melody behind every word. So get in where you fit in, time to put it on the line. We're going head to head, can you handle it? I'm bleeding till the last man standing. We're going head to head, can you handle it? I'm taking you down, I'm taking you down. I'm the last man standing, last man standing now. Practice what you preach before you pray until you burn. Scratch until I bleed before I give you back your time. It's my time to be on top. See, I'm breaking down your walls. You better keep your cards close before I make you fall. So get in where you fit in, time to put it on the line. We're going head to head. Can you handle it?
All right, welcome back to Season 2 of FWTV. We didn't get canceled after all, so that's a very good thing. We're going to kick off Season 5 of the league, so that's another awesome thing. I'm here with the owner, general manager, and custodian of the Oklahoma City Phantoms, Mr. James Murray.
What do you mean white lining is discontinued? That is the one I want. I don't care. Bring it back. I put your money on my stadium, didn't I? Okay, we'll get it done. I don't care. I don't care. Do it. All right. No? Yes. Okay. Sorry. Business talk.
All right, it's very good to be here at the front office. We got some lighting stuff going on. I guess I am the gold standard. But anyways, first question for you, Mr. James Murray. Tell us about the rebranding process for the Oklahoma City Phantoms this offseason.
Well, basically, it was our 5th year in the league, and I wanted to change things up a little bit, and I was inspired by the Miami Heat, their throwback 80s Miami Vice uniform, and I really liked the colors they used, and I was like, I want to incorporate that into my uniform. So I went online and I did some digging, and I found some uniforms that I liked, and I tweaked them a little bit, and I was like, yeah, I can use these. And so we got new uniforms and hopefully a new attitude, and look good, feel good, win good.
Well, those are some good mottos to live by, and I will say that those jerseys look pretty dang nice. And I'm a fan of the rebrand and the logos.
Thank you.
But let's see. Let's talk about last season in the playoffs. How do you feel about that and how it went?
Last season it was pretty dumb for me because I got messed up in the draft because I ended up having to work all freaking day, and I was supposed to have been off by the time the draft started, but I wasn't, and it was just a complete mess. So I was trying to work and do the draft at the same time, so I only got like half the players that I wanted, and then some of the players that I did end up getting had horrible years or they got injured. That's the thing that's been killing me like every season is injuries. Um, but I stuck with it even though there were times at the beginning of the season I started 0-2 and I was like, man, I don't have a shot. I don't want to. I'm gonna give up. But I stuck with it and I was like, make the playoffs. At least try to do something. And I did make the playoffs, so that was like a good thing to accomplish.
Yeah. How did that first round of the playoffs go?
Horrible. I should have. That last season, or the last week in the season, should have been the real playoff game.
Yeah,
where I defeated you like 150 to 90 or something like that.
You got to do it when it counts. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Alrighty. With that said, would you say that there's a natural rivalry brewing with Commissioner Romocop?
Yeah, definitely. Especially because you have 2 Super Bowl trophies and I have 0. So I want one. Sooner or later.
I don't have a comment for that, but we do seem to produce some interesting matchups.
Yeah, so I think some of the most memorable games, especially the last couple seasons, have been between Romocop and the Phantoms.
I will agree with that, and I will say face to face that I am still pissed off about you breaking my undefeated season. That was not a good feeling, and if I remember right, you weren't even awake for that.
No, I know. That was really funny. I actually had kind of given up on that game. I was like, man, there's no way Marvin Jones is going to score 30-something points. And then I woke up, and I look at my phone, and I get a message. It was like, you bastard. I was like, what? What happened? And I looked up the score, and I won. I was like, no way. That was so crazy.
Yeah, without looking, I believe it was 129, 126. I think you beat me by 3. I stayed up and watched every second of that, losing in agony. And, yeah, it felt like we were really playing a game, and I really took a punch to the gut.
Yeah, it was crazy because I was down. I needed 30-something points, and I only had Marvin Jones playing. And Marvin Jones hadn't scored 30 points all season long.
I should have been a 16 or 17. I should have been coasting in with a win.
And he did it, and I was like amazed. But then he didn't do anything the rest of the season. He just tanked. So that basically describes my season.
But I will say I'd rather lose that heartbreaker and the last week of the season to win in the playoffs all day long.
Yeah, I'm still looking for my first playoff victory.
Well, yeah, I definitely think that one day you'll certainly get a playoff win. They're so hard to come by. There's not a lot of playoff games each year. But you never know what'll happen. I'm sure you're due for at least one, and maybe more than that, hopefully for you. Maybe a little extra voodoo magic might make it happen. So my next question is, do you actually practice voodoo with Marvin Jones?
Some have said that I do, and some that have said that I don't. But
All right. With that said, what is Marvin Jones' status with the Phantoms going forward, and how do you feel about your keeper situation?
Marvin Jones had one terrific game last season, and then all the rest of them were very average at best. So he'll be lucky if he stays a Phantom. I mean, he did a couple good things, but not enough to warrant him.
He seemed to do some really good things against me, unfortunately.
So I might pick him up just for that. Just with him as reserves.
I don't even like hearing his name. Every single time, like on ESPN or even anywhere I heard his name, it was like make my stomach turn for at least 2 weeks after that. But what do you see your keeper situation being going forward?
Last year my keeper situation was pretty much shot to crap because David Johnson decided he wanted to get injured in game 1 and then sit out the rest of the season. And then my other star player decided he wanted to get injured too. So I had 2 superstars on IR. And I was up in the air about which ones I wanted to keep. And then I got a phone call from the owner and GM of the Stormtrooper Academy, and he made me a deal, and I decided to accept it. So I decided to send David Johnson to his team, and I talked it over with our team and fans, and then we all agreed that it was time to move on from David Johnson, especially after he decided to leave us after game 1. I mean, that's pretty much, if a player does that, especially a superstar player, that puts you on the chopping block. Now, watch this come back to bite me, and he gets 5,000 points next season, or this season. But
well, didn't he had a hand injury, right?
yeah.
So he's probably going to come back with a robotic hand and like tear the league up for Mike Jones and the Stormtroopers. How will that make you feel?
I would probably have to put a voodoo curse on Mr. David Johnson.
So last season on FWTV Season 1, we had our episode at nighttime, the Phantom Menace episode. And in that episode, we had some pretty funny things happen, and my favorite one was a very interesting one that I'm about to show you right here, right now. All right, those are some good shameless plugs. Now let's talk about the guest you brought with you here.
This right here is Slimer, which some of you might recognize from the Ghostbusters movies. He is my official mascot, and we're getting shot at, so maybe we should in this video.
Pow, 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 pow.
I guess they didn't like Slimer. He's the official mascot, and you might be seeing him a little bit this year on the page. And I have another secret guest that's a part of my franchise as well, but I'm not gonna bring him out yet. But that's gonna be a video that's gonna happen in the future.
That's interesting, and as long as we don't get shot, we can we can bring that to you maybe. So that was pretty crazy and funny. What did you think about that from that episode?
It hurt for a while.
It hurt. You didn't really get shot.
It got me in the foot.
That was pretty interesting and well timed there, the video. Gunshots and Slimer and you and me.
Just a normal day.
Just a normal day on FWTV. Alright, so let's look ahead to Season 5 starting out. What do you feel is the status of the league, and how do you see next season going forward? And, congratulations to Kevin Woodruff. We've added him to the league. I'm sure everybody knows that by now, by the time this video comes out. Tell me what you think about all that.
I think the league has gotten better each year going forward, and what would make it better is if the Phantoms could actually win a Super Bowl.
We can't promise that. You just got to keep trying.
I'm glad to have Kevin aboard. He's a good guy. Just like Mike, I've known Kevin a long time, went to school with him. And I think it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a good season. I'm interested in seeing how everybody does. And good luck to everybody, but good luck especially to my team.
I think it's very competitive, but not in a hostile, cutthroat kind of way. I think Kevin offers some very good things and familiarity with all you guys.
It's good to be competitive, but I like all the interactions and the added stuff as well. It really gives an added dynamic to the league. So it's not just us competing with each other. It's actually us being a group, which I think is really cool. Something I wasn't expecting going into playing fantasy football. That's why I never played it all those years until this league.
Yeah, trust me, it's not normal. This is nowhere near what you will find in a regular league or just playing randomly online.
Well, I've been told that I'm not normal, so.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much a requisite for being in this league. But I think we're stronger than ever. I think we're growing the right way. I think it's been a lot of fun. I think it's, I mean, more than what most of us expected, even myself to a degree. It's just been great. I mean, I'm looking forward to it going forward. I think we have stability now. I hope all the members stay. I hope we get a few seasons, more than that. But I hope we get some stability from year to year now with all these people, and we'll see how it all shakes out. It's wide open this year. I say it's wide open every year. Super Bowl 5 is on the cusp. Somebody's going to win it. We've made it 5 years. It's incredible. Most things don't even last 5 months. And I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody's input, their dedication, setting their lineups. Everything's great. We're moving forward great. And we're all going to have a good year. Hopefully that includes the Phantoms as well.
It's our year.
All right, I have another set of questions for you. But first, since we're here at the Phantoms facility, let's take a look at the training facility real fast on our tour here. Mr. Murray is going to show us.
See, back here beyond this gate is the Phantoms practice facility. This is where we spend most of our year. And of course our actual stadium is in Bricktown.
All right, that's some fancy stuff there. You getting a lot of training done there?
Quite a bit, yes. It's also where I perform voodoo.
Voodoo, yes. So let's ask you some questions here, just some quick ones. Most overrated. Okay, first, most overrated football player.
The obvious answer to that question for me would be Tom Brady, but I'm not going to be obvious. Today I'm going to pick Joe Namath, because he really did not do much except for that one Super Bowl, and it was kind of a miracle Super Bowl anyways, and he really didn't do much his career besides that.
Yeah, he was all flash and very pedestrian in that Super Bowl. Everybody thinks he's some Super Bowl god, but really he was kind of carried by those running backs if you look it up.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Let's see. Most overrated basketball player.
5 years ago, I would have said LeBron James, but he's actually grown on me the last few years. And so today, at this point, I would say the most overrated player is definitely Kevin the Snake Durant.
I didn't name that after Kevin Woodruff. It was clearly Kevin Durant, but now we'll have an issue with that going forward. But anyways, most overrated soda.
Ginger ale, because it's like drinking a soda with no taste. I mean, the point of drinking soda is to have flavor. I don't know why you'd want something flavorless.
It's kind of weird, but I kind of like ginger ale, but just a little bit. But have you tried the ginger ale and lemonade mixture?
Yes.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, I didn't like that one at all. And of course, diet drinks are all stupid. I mean, I haven't really drank anything that was diet that was worth buying.
That's fair. So what do you think is the most overrated cereal?
Definitely Cheerios. Everybody loves Cheerios, but when you really think about it, it basically tastes like cardboard.
Cardboard circles.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
And what about the most overrated band?
I got a few for this. 3 Doors Down, Kiss. Aaron's not gonna like this, but I really don't like Five Finger Death Punch. I would say Nickelback, but they're kind of a guilty pleasure. I'm gonna get a lot of heat for that, but I like some Nickelback songs, and I like some Creed songs too, even though everybody hates Creed.
Yeah, it's popular to hate Creed.
Hey, I like some of their music, and all the new crap coming out is all overrated. So many bands that just come and go.
That's because we're getting old. Get off our lawn.
Yeah.
Get creative. All right, we're getting closer to wrapping this one up. But first, let's play something I'm going to call Phantoms Trivia. Are you ready?
See.
All right, so I'm going to give you some questions. You can answer them, and then I'll give you some true false questions at the end. The category is phantoms. It's going to be relative to phantoms. Not everything will be. You'll see. Are you ready?
Yes.
In one way or another, it's going to relate to the Oklahoma City Phantoms. That is the name of the game. You ready?
Okay.
What year did Phantoms with Ben Affleck come out?
99? 98.
It's 98.
Nah, so
It's
close.
so close. What year was Marvin Jones Jr. born? That bastard.
85.
85. That's incorrect, sir. It's 1990.
These young people, I swear.
1990. Moving on. Star Wars Phantom Menace movie. What year did it come out?
99.
Correct. On the board. Next question. The Phantom of the Opera novel was first published in what year? That's cheating. You're not allowed an outside resource there.
1927.
Good guess, but no, it's 1909. Don't you love the number 9?
Only off by 27 years.
Something.
17 years.
Okay, you ready? Name 2 synonyms for the word phantom.
Spectre
Correct.
and phantasm or ghost.
We'll count ghost.
Ghost, spectre, phantasm, apparition.
Yes, correct. That's more than 2. We'll give you bonus points for that. The next
All
question.
spooky things.
The next question. The Phantom of the Opera Andrew Lloyd Webber musical was first performed in what year?
1879.
Incorrect. Try again.
1941.
You're getting warmer.
1948.
Master of Puppets was released.
1986.
Correct. Commissioner Romocop was born. That's a good year. All right.
It was okay. 84 was better.
Okay. The next set is true false. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
The first shopping cart was invented in Oklahoma City. True or false?
If this is true, it is very poignant. I'm going to say false though, because I feel like I would have heard it by now.
The correct answer is true.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? So
Yeah.
Oklahoma City is the cause of all this BS that we've dealt with in most of our adult lives.
That makes a lot of sense. Strangely enough, it all adds up now. Everything's come full circle through the shopping cart.
I thought you would enjoy that one.
That is funny.
You ready again?
Oh, yeah.
Oklahoma means land of the red people. True or false?
Well, land of the red man, but yeah, red people.
Correct. Yes.
And I can be very red if I'm out in the sun too long. So that's
is,
very true.
is this another product placement?
No.
No. You don't sell sunscreen either?
We do not do product placements on this show.
Uh-huh. Moving on. Are you ready? There are 17,166 hotel rooms in Oklahoma City.
That is too specific to not to be true.
So what's your answer?
It's true.
That's correct. That is correct. I could have made that number up.
How many do you think that you've stayed in?
Not very many, and how many of those do you think are dirty?
Probably 80%
That's a fair number.
are bad. 19% are good and very expensive, and the 1% are haunted.
Speaking of, the next question, true or false? The 10th floor of the Skirvin Hotel is haunted.
Yes, I actually know somebody that has worked there, or I think they might still work there, but they have several stories, and not just the 10th floor, but that entire hotel is haunted. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that goes on there, but did it shut off?
Now we're good. No technical difficulties yet.
I would really like to stay at the Skirvin sometime. That's on my list of things to do. And I also would like the Ghost Adventures to go there sometime. They've been here twice, and they still haven't visited that hotel. I don't understand why not, because that would be like the #1 spot to go. If I was
We're talking about the Skirvin, and then the computer screen goes black.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
that's very timely. Your last question is true or false? 24% of Oklahoma is covered by forest.
24%. It's another one that seems oddly specific, so I'm going to say it's true.
Correct. He gets another one right. Good job, Mr. Murray. If you notice, all those questions were true. On a test, I haven't had teachers do that, but I always get paranoid that they'd always go all true or all false. So I decided to go all true on you to see if you would psych yourself out.
Those were cool questions, though. I like that, especially the shopping cart one. That was
Yeah, learn something new. I tried to trick you with the land of the red people, but you're right. I took this off of a legitimate website, so I went with what they said. People are men. It was accepted. I was going to ask you on the forest question, do you believe Bigfoot is living in Oklahoma's 24% forest?
Do you believe in the Oklahoma octopus? It's a legend.
I'm going to say no.
Supposedly somebody found an
Is
octopus.
that Kevin's new team name?
the
Oklahoma Octopus.
You have to be real careful with that. It would be technically be the Oklahoma Octopi, because that's plural. That's a team. I mean, you might get in trouble if you go another direction with it.
Yeah, I get it. But do you think Bigfoot is living in the Oklahoma forest?
I had a teacher who swore up and down that he saw Bigfoot, and I believe him, but at the same time, I'm like, if Bigfoot really is around, it seems like he would have been captured by now.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff out there that we don't know about, but Bigfoot, I'm kind of 50-50 on. But I've seen some humans that could definitely pass for Bigfoot.
Is Bigfoot on the Oklahoma City Phantom's payroll?
Not yet, but we're trying to get him. As soon as he returns our phone call. He does have an email address.
He does. What's that? Bigfoot.com.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith. I'm leaving that in there. All
Mr.
right.
Smith at AOL.com.
I'm sure that's his name. We're obviously delirious here in our
I've been up 26
five-hour
hours
video.
straight.
And I'm leaving all this in here so it can be messed up. But, there we go. That's the end of Phantom's Trivia. All right. Well, those were some interesting answers. Thank you for playing this edition of Phantom Trivia. It's my pleasure. It's also my pleasure to join you today to visit the Oklahoma City Phantom's front office and facility. Commissioner Romocop thanks you for that.
Thanks for coming by. I was glad to have you here, and glad to be able to show off my facility and talk a little bit about our organization. And
Yeah, it was fun. Very exciting things going on.
sorry, I got a phone call real fast.
Oh. All right.
Mr. Smith? Yeah. I've been trying to get a hold of you. I have a question. Are you interested in joining a football team? Yeah.
Always doing something. Recruiting, merchandising, marketing, advertising. This guy does it all. But I appreciate him. I appreciate everybody in the league. This is very cool. I've wanted to do this one for a long time. It's cool being here. He's got all kinds of stuff. He really does. I'm about to show you a little bit more. What can I say? It's a great way to kick off Season 2. I'm glad you all are still with me, and I'm very excited to start Season 5 with our new member and all of our old ones, and hope everybody's doing well. And let me give you a tour around this place and get the heck out of here.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how
here.
As a wise man, I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing, and this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me. This is how